Bob Bodenhamer has been a fixture in the courthouse from the day that I took office in 2013, and we researched back, and he's been a fixture in the courthouse for a lot longer than that. It looks to me like he began serving as an election commissioner for Baxter County almost 30 years ago, and people don't realize the amount of time and dedication that requires, but he has been here through thick and thin, working elections and doing whatever needed to be done for our community. But he also is just a privilege to have around. If he's not here working, he's here checking on everybody and making sure everybody's doing okay. I've often thought of him as the courthouse mascot, or as everybody's little grandpa, because he comes into the courthouse. There's many days when we were getting the newspaper every day. A lot of days when I'd walk in the mornings and he'd already be sitting in my office reading my newspaper and waiting for me to get here. And he just has done so much for Baxter County, and so much for elections, but also so much just for the courthouse staff and people throughout the county. So Bob has demonstrated just an ongoing commitment to elections. He's adapted with all the changes that have come over the last several years that have brought just a lot more strict guidelines and protocols for the election process. And he's maybe not always loved those changes, but he's gone on board with it. He's continued to carry the torch and to work hard for that. And people don't understand, again, just the amount of time and commitment that is required in that. He has just continued to rise to the occasion, and I've told him from day one that he can't retire from being an election commissioner as long as I'm the clerk. He's just got to keep on coming back, and that speaks to what he brings to the table. He works hard. He just shows up and gets the work done no matter what's needed to be done. So we truly appreciate Bob and the commitment that he's made to our community.
The Bodenhamer family has been a part of Baxter County history and lore for generations. Bob, his dad, and family have all given time and dedication to all facets of public service to Baxter County, from postmaster, farm bureau, teaching, quorum court, and more. Bob has always been ready to give a helping hand whenever needed. His selflessness and dedication are traits that run through the Bodenhamer bloodline. But if you ever work in the hayfields with Bob, you had better be pretty quick. He'll be in the driver's seat of the truck with music and air, and you'll be back there loading the hay. Bob and I played football back, I won't say how far back. Maybe we didn't win all the games, but we were proud to be a Bomber. And you can still see Bob and his crew at the football fields or the gym rooting on the young Bombers. Bob has served for many years on the Baxter County Election Commission, was given his time and energy to a not very visible job, but with honor and integrity. Bob also gave his career to serving folks at Baxter Regional Hospital as emergency room nurse. He was always trying to get a smile or encouraging words to patients in a tough job. He volunteered for many years at the Christian clinic if he wasn't in the hayfields. I know Bob Knight would be proud to know that a best friend of his is receiving the Bob Knight Spirit Award. Congratulations, Odie Bob.
I went to school with Bob and had the distinct pleasure of working with and for him for over 40 years. Wish he were here tonight. The award this year goes to Bob Bodenhamer. First, a disclaimer, and I'm sure a surprise to some, Bob and I are not brothers. We were born 2 weeks apart in Mountain Home in 1947. Our fathers were brothers who were original Bomber football players, Bieber and Bud Bodenhamer. Both were World War II veterans who got lucky marrying local girls, Rosie Fritsch and Doris Easley. Bob and I are about as close as two brothers without the fighting, with apologies to my brother Joe. Of course, it's easy to tell, but I am younger and more intelligent one between me and Bob. Bob and I grew up together, graduated from Mountain Home High School together, went to college together, served in the Army National Guard together, and started families at the same time. He became a registered nurse and took up residency in the emergency room at Baxter Regional Medical Center, eventually retiring after decades of service. Believe me, you don't go into that hospital with him for a short visit without employees stopping him and reminiscing. I had a couple of trips to the emergency room over the last several years, and the first thing they would always ask, "Are you related to Bob?" I used to say it depends, but have dropped that. Now with Buddy, enough said. Bob has served on the Baxter County Election Commission as chairman and vice chairman for over 25 years. And believe me, that is a lightning rod job very few people would want. He takes elections and voting seriously. He is a strong supporter of the school system and is an active volunteer at the First Methodist Church, including the backpack program, mowing the grounds, and occasionally driving the bus. Like Bob Knight, Bob Bodenhamer puts his family first, but his community a close second. Mountain Home is a special place to him and me. Bob is one of those people who flies just under the radar of community service and recognition, and that is normally the way he likes it. But tonight, he's being put in the spotlight, and it's well deserved.
The first quality that I see in Bob that qualifies him for this award is that his love and devotion for his family. Bob is very proud to be a member of the Bodenhamer family, and the Bodenhamer family goes way back in the history of Baxter County. Bob and his brother Buster are carrying on that legacy, and it makes me proud to know that they are a member of the Baxter County group. The second quality that qualifies Bob for this award is his love and devotion for his community. Bob is a person that takes care of everybody. He is involved in the election committee, and he goes around. Benjamin Franklin, when he arose, according to his autobiography, in the morning, said, "What good thing shall I do this day?" And I believe that motivates Bob to do good things. He takes care of everyone. The third and final quality I think that qualifies Bob is his loving commitment to Mountain Home High School. Bob is a faithful follower of the Bombers. In fact, I just want you to know that they allow this man, Bob Bodenhamer, to sit in that selected section of the hangar that is dedicated to Coach Don Webb and to Coach D.A. Dawkins. They allow him to sit there, and so he is a dedicated member of the fan base of the Mountain Home Bombers. A few months back, Cotter High School, my alumni, awarded me a nice honor. And when Bob heard about this honor, he texted me this simple message. He said, "Congratulations, my friend, well deserved." And so I say the same to you, Bob. Congratulations, well deserved.
Hello, Bomber Nation and Mountain Home. My name is Pat Bodenhamer, and I am one of the proud daughters of Bob Bodenhamer. My sister Paula and I would like to publicly thank our dad for truly being the spirit of Mountain Home. From an early age, he taught us what it means to be a vital part of the community. We spent many days in the emergency room watching him work, witnessing his kindness and professionalism with both patients and staff. Through his tireless dedication to ensuring fair and honest elections, he showed us the true meaning of we the people. Dad works hard in the hayfields and takes great pride in keeping his churchyard beautiful. He took us fishing and hunting and traveled countless miles hauling cattle for my sister and I to show. When I faced the unthinkable news of my cancer diagnosis, he was there every step of the way. He drove me to my radiation and to my chemo treatments, and often he would lay beside me in bed and just comfort me as I would cry. Our dad loves to laugh. Most days you can find him sharing lunch with his buddies, either solving the world's problems or laughing at the times gone by. So congratulations, Dad. Paula and I are better people because of your constant encouragement and advice. One of the most important lessons you ever taught us was the two words that most bomber kids grew up saying, and that is, beat Harrison. We love you, Dad, and we are so proud of you.